Good afternoon from TE Live. Welcome to watch this episode about this amazing opportunity to work as a nurse through a training course in Kanta-Häme region in Finland. And we have today two guests joining us from OmaHäme, and we will watch also a recording from BBi Nordics as well. And remember that you can send us also questions via chat. And without further ado, we have here our first guests, Recruitment Specialist Susanna Laari from OmaHäme. Welcome to TE Live.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Who are you looking for through this BBi's training program?
We are looking for 12 registered nurses, but also two special doctors in radiology.
And in which units do you offer work?
Registered nurses will be working in the Central Hospital of Kanta-Häme in Hämeenlinna. The units we are looking for nurses are intensive care, eye clinic, surgery ward, and the operation theatre, including both anesthetics and the instruments. The MDs in radiology, the primary workplace will be at the Central Hospital at Kanta-Häme in Hämeenlinna, but they also have so-called field days in the hospitals of Forssa and Riihimäki.
And what kind of shifts are there available?
Well, it depends on the unit. For the MDs, they work primarily at the office hours from Monday till Friday, but they do have approximately 2 to 3 times per month the on-call duty. And for the registered nurses, the eye clinic are open from Monday till Friday, so the shifts are the office hours. But from the other units, we offer morning shifts, evening shifts, and night shifts. But I like to emphasize that the planning of these shifts are more based on those employees' wishes. Okay. So we have a so-called community shift practice or planning protocol, and the employees can have a say on what shifts they are going to work.
And what kind of salary can be expected?
So after the Finnish registration to practice your profession, the salary for the MDs are 6,069 euros per month. If you don't have any previous work experience, that can be used. And for the registered nurses with the same criteria, the starting salary is at 2,713 euros per month, and those salaries are before taxes and social contributions.
And what other benefits are offered?
So, in my opinion, the best perk, hands down, at working at OmaHäme is the so-called e-pass flexi. So you get annual value that you can use on your own choice to buy a gym membership, concert tickets, maybe go to a museum or something like that. And you can use the e-pass flexi for the lunch benefit as well. For the other benefits, we do have the commuting costs covered if you use a public transport. We have an annual paid leave day if you turn 50 or 60. Then we have a variety of discounts in the local businesses with OmaHäme.
And is there some support available to your staff members? How do you support them?
Yes, of course. Our unit managers are there at the site at all times. So if you need any help, you can ask them. They will also have the so-called development discussions annually. So you can discuss on what's going on and if you need any support and how do you want to maybe progress professionally in the future. And then at OmaHäme, we have this designated unit on the well-being of the employees. So if the employee has any issues concerning their well-being, or if we want to prevent them from happening, we can contact with those unit colleagues, and they get to provide those support.
And you mentioned already like some maybe career opportunities. So how does that work?
So basically within our organizations, we offer regular education based on different titles, but they are but they are also offered to the full staff for the whole OmaHäme community. But if you are looking for a degree option or something like that, in Finland we have a lot of options in University of Applied Sciences. For example, for the registered nurses, if you have your master's degree done here in Finland, it is an option also. And I would like to add that those educational or options are done in work time, so you don't have to use your own free time to have more education.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, I want to thank you already for this interview part, and we will hear you later. And we're going to have our next guest joining us. And so, Tanya, welcome to TE Live.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Can you first tell a bit about your career pathway?
I can indeed. So I work as a unit manager on the float pool nurses at the moment, but I've trained, I qualified on 99 as a nurse, and then I was employed to UK, and I worked there for 14 years and made my career pathway there as a manager as well. And then on 2013 I returned to Finland and worked as a float pool nurse for a while, rotating across medical and surgical wards. And then 2018, I went back to managerial side again.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very nice to hear. Could you please describe your typical workday? Because I think many people would be interested in hearing that.
Well, I started on Monday to Friday at 7 o'clock. I have a virtual unit, so my nurses basically work everywhere within the hospital. So at 7 o'clock we manage all the sickness and absences and possibility what the other wards has as well, and try to basically then place our nurses where they are needed most, according their knowledge and skill base, so that we can get as much of the absences covered on the other units as well. And then at 7:30 we have a 24/7 units bed manager meeting. So we go through all the wards and their dependencies, what their sickness, what patients are coming in, going out. Is there areas which are more heavier than others? Do we basically have a float pool nurse who we can allocate to the one ward to make it a bit easier for that staff? Or let's say that there's a missing staff member on ITU. Do we have someone who can basically have skills to go there so that their day will be easier? So it's very interesting. And then within the day, then we start managing the next, basically throughout the whole week, and see what absences there is. Is there development areas what we need to do, or do we have a new members of staff? We do interviews, recruitment, all sorts of things throughout the day. And then by 3 o'clock, we should be ready to go home.
Yes, thank you. What would you say, what do you enjoy the most about your work?
Working with people. Working with every challenge is a good challenge. There's always things you can do, and I'm very lucky that I have staff who has extreme amount of skills and knowledge, and locating them to areas where they can help. It's a little bit like solving a puzzle daily. Well,
my next question is about are there any challenges, and if there are, how do you tackle them? I guess you already answered it a bit.
Yeah, and recruitment in Finland is a tackle every day, but it's always a good tackle because then you can. We obviously try to get the students who we have in the unit to stay, see if there's anyone who would like to be interested starting their career on this unit, which is not necessarily the easiest, but it's very rewarding.
Yes. How would you describe your work community?
Nicely well knit. The wards are big, but not too big. There's a variety of skills and knowledge you can gain, and you can do plenty of things.
Yeah. Can you share something fun you've done together, maybe in your free time or at work?
Well, last development day we went to. Basically, my staff is within the local area, but quite a few of them haven't visited Häme Castle. So we went to the Häme Castle then, and went through it, and then had a dinner together and things like that. So it's new things.
Yes. Who would you like to see as your new colleague?
Anyone who's interested on nursing. It's basically anyone who likes their job, wants to develop, wants to do surgical side, medical side, anything, and open-minded.
Yeah. Why should one apply right now?
Because this is a very good opportunity. There's awards which you have very knowledgeable staff who are willing and able to share their knowledge and would like to have some more new colleagues.
I want to thank you for this nice interview. Next, we're going to watch a video from BBi Nordics, which is then offering the training course.
Thank you.
Welcome to TE Live, Kirsi.
Thank you.
You offer a unique opportunity for international registered nurses to come to work to Finland via a training program. Can you tell more about this program?
Sure. So this training program, it's a comprehensive language and intercultural communications program, and it's specifically designed for nurses who have been recruited to work at Häme. So the core of the program is Finnish language, but we also cover topics such as living and working in Finland, the Finnish healthcare culture, and respective legal environment, communication in multicultural setting, etc. The aim of the program is to ensure that you would have the language required in order to receive your license to practice as a nurse in Finland as soon as possible after your arrival. And this means that the target is B1 level of Finnish language in approximately 7 months. So it's not an easy task, but it is definitely doable. And while at it, you will also receive a lot of information about healthcare, how it is structured in Finland, what kind of things are related to the collaborative agreements regarding your work agreements, and what laws and regulations would you need to understand prior to starting work.
So one needs to be a registered nurse. Are there any other requirements?
Well, one would need to be a registered nurse in an EU country, and their education would need to be from an official educational institution within an EU country. And this is normally equivalent to a bachelor's degree. The degree would need to be recognized under the directive, so the 2005/36/EC of the European Parliament and the Council in regards to the recognition of professional qualifications. And in addition to this, the employer, so you're going to be speaking with the employer soon, would like the recruited nurses to be able to speak at least intermediate English. So not fluent, intermediate is enough, and have a few years of previous work experience. You would need to be able to show a clean criminal record, as well as a clean certificate of good standing. And for the last 2 documents, we will advise how to apply for those once you have entered the process.
Sure. What about then the support? Is there some special support that you offer to the students during the course or program?
Well, we support throughout all the steps of the process, and there is a clearly defined timeline. So in the beginning, during our pre-screening interview, sorry about that, we will go through all the support we will give you and your spouse, as well as your children, should you have any. We will give you examples of personal taxation and living costs prior to you committing even to the employer interview. So you will have a lot of information. We will also brief you about the European Targeted Mobility Scheme support funding available to you and your family. And during the process, we will assist in all the steps necessary to ensure smooth landing in Finland.
What about then the application process? How does that start and how does it go forward?
Well, like mentioned, we are now receiving applications and already have carried out tens of pre-screening interviews. First, we would like to receive your application. So that's where we start from. And if we see that your degree is a match, we will ask you to do an online English language test to see where your English skills are. And after this, we will book a time for your pre-screening interview, which is more like a chat about your wishes and hopes for your future. And during that, we will also be explaining what the process is in detail and what it means to go through it. We will also try to match you from the positions open. So we are going to be asking like, okay, where would you like to work? What kind of work would you like to do? Since there are positions open in several wards, and all of these positions have a bit different job descriptions. And once this is done successfully and you have confirmed that you understand the process and you agree to go forwards, only then you will be invited to the interview with the employer. So, and if after this employer interview, the decision is positive, then you would be enrolled to the training program and you can start the orientation.
What would be your advice to the applicants in terms of like what they will be writing to the application? So what do you like to see there?
Well, we would love to see your exact degree title and from which educational institution and in which country and when have you done this. We would also love to hear why you have applied to work in Finland and more about your skills and previous work experience. It would be great if your CV would be in English already, but if you have it all ready to go in Spanish, in Greek, or in Swedish, don't hesitate to apply with those. In these cases, we will ask the English language CV later on. So we have people that speak different languages, and you will also have the opportunity to have the pre-screening interview in your native language, provided that our matchmakers are speaking these languages.
Any grades that you would like to send to the applicants?
Well, we are really looking forward to seeing your applications. We are already filling out positions. So in order to get the best selection of the opportunities available, just apply. And we will guide you through the process step by step. So not to worry and take it easy.
Thank you so much for this nice interview.
Thank you.
And next we're going to take a short look at how does the taxation look like in Finland. So we have a progressive taxation, and from your income there will be deductions made. So there will be the tax rate taken, pensions insurance and unemployment insurance. And where does this tax money go to? So it goes to free education, public health care and infrastructure. And next we're going to see like what we have as chat questions, and we have here Rahman is asking, do you hire practical nurses from outside Finland?
Yes, we do recruit practical nurses. If you are interested in joining OmaHäme community, you can contact straight to our recruit unit. You can have an email or anything at recruit@omahäme.com. .fi.
Yes.
But if we are talking about this recruitment process, unfortunately, we don't hire practical nurses right now, but
in the future.
The future. So if you're interested, don't hesitate to contact us.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for this question. And please do keep sending them because we will still answer when this broadcast has ended. So we have still 10 minutes time to answer them. But what would you recommend about the application process? Like where should one start?
If we are talking about this
particular
process, you should contact the BBi Nordics team to get the recruitment process going and hopefully have the adventure of a lifetime in Finland started.
Exactly. Can you still tell about the opportunities? Like because OmaHäme is it's a little bit greater company. So can you describe like what they are ahead?
Good question. OmaHäme is it's a Wellbeing service county of Kanta-Häme, and it consists of 11 municipalities. So we are in a wider area than just the central hospital that we are looking for registered nurses and special doctors right now. So we have over 6,500 employees in our OmaHäme community. So we have a lot of options, and we offer possible opportunities to go and work at the different units.
Yes.
But also different municipalities. So if you start working at Hämeenlinna and you maybe want to try in different municipalities, it might be possible.
Why should one apply right now?
I think OmaHäme is a wide but small community. We offer a good training program. We offer good educational opportunities, and we are a welcoming and warm community.
And we will also see or watch a video about what it is to be in Finland.
Yeah.
Why do you recommend people moving to Finland?
If you prefer cold, so like
it's been
minus 30 degrees, you're more than welcome to come here.
True.
But in Finland, the professional knowledge when it comes to healthcare and social care, it's really beyond in any other maybe European countries. So we do have really good protocols on how to care patients.
Yes.
So if you want to have a really strong profession on either nursing or in radiology, we can offer that.
Yes. Thank you so much for this nice interview.
Thank you.
And thank you that you came along, and please do give us feedback because we want to know how did we succeed today. And you can watch this as a recording from telive.fi, and just wishing you good luck with this job application, and see you on next TE Live. Bye-bye. And we're going to watch that video
We
now.
Finns are pretty happy people, even though we may not smile all the time. The things that make us happy are often very down to earth. Allow us to show you what we mean. We think running in a pool with a belt and walking with sticks are pretty cool ways to exercise. When it comes to food, there's nothing more down to earth than a boiled potato. We eat a lot of them. Like this. We find luxury in relaxing at a cozy waterside cottage surrounded by forest. Our favorite sweets don't come in so many colors. They're just black, and they're not even that sweet. In fact, they're salty. And for us, sitting in a simple heated room is the perfect way to spend time together. But there's more to happiness than eating boiled potatoes and black candy. Our happiness is the sum of many ordinary things that are actually quite extraordinary. We get a head start on happiness even before we're born. All parents-to-be get a baby box full of important stuff for their new family. Maternity and child health clinics, part of the public healthcare system, keep us on a track for a happy, healthy life. We're happy that it's safe to send our kids off to school on their own. We trust each other, and we can trust our institutions too. We're known for a high-quality education system. We're happy that education is free all the way through university. Happiness can also be found among the bookshelves. Our many public libraries are popular meeting places, offering not only books, but all kinds of cool services. We love playing games, but we're even happier when we get to invent them. It's the extraordinarily ordinary things that make Finland so happy. And when we smile, we make it count.